Well, let me welcome to the program the Acting Senior Veterinary Officer. She's under the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, very important ministry, Dr. Cheryl-Ann Wharwood. And I want to say, Dr. Wharwood, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for the time. You know, food security, the conversation surrounding food, I see that as just as important. I mean, yes, we have energy conversations. We talk about business. We talk about infrastructure development. But where is all that when, I mean, we have to eat? You know, food is important, and we have to consider what's happening here with this particular development, the Porcine, Reproductive and Respiratory Syndrome Outbreak, which, from what I'm seeing, impacting the, well, more or less the pigs, that particular industry. Could you give me some more as to what this is, and is there cause for concern with this outbreak?
Well, thank you again for allowing me to come in and speak about this. So porcine reproductive and respiratory syndrome is a disease that only affects pigs. So it's not going to affect your other animals, and it's not going to affect humans. Yes, there is cause for concern, particularly for the farmers. So this disease can cause about 10% mortality in your pigs.
What are the signs, the symptoms, the red flags, the farmers who, because I know now they're carrying up themselves. I mean, they're going to cash in, come into the year for Christmas. So it is a cause for concern. It is a timely discussion. So what should the farmers, pig farmers, look for?
What are they looking for in terms of signs? Reproductive signs. Your sows will have infertility, abortions, weak piglets or piglets that may not thrive and eventually die. The younger animals, you'll see the respiratory signs, where they have labored breathing, difficulty breathing. They may be listless and weak, and you may have sudden death.
So a farmer who is able to take heed, you notice, okay, something wrong here. What steps? What's the next step? Well, what's the next course of action?
Well, first thing, if you see any sorts of signs of illness, contact us. Contact your district or county vet. We also have a hotline, 280-7945, where someone will contact you. A vet will then call you to make an appointment to come and do an investigation on your farm. Next thing, do not move the pigs, because an infected pig is a source of infection. Every time you move that pig, you are potentially moving what we call fomites, or the organisms around, where it can be spread throughout the country. Do not move anything. Do not move any pigs. Do not sell off the pigs out of fear or concern or worry. First, call us, and we will come in and do our investigation. And
again, you know, just to put that emphasis again on that pig-to-human contact, could the farmer be at risk at all if these pigs are sick? Could it be a scenario where somebody's unscrupulous, still decide to sell the meat? You go down with it with some chow for Christmas. you have a pork mouth and you eat it. Could there be any impact at all?
There's no impact. There's no transfer to humans at all. This is only a pig disease. So we encourage people to still support our pig farmers. Please continue to eat pork.
Yeah, just wanted to kind of confirm that, because I know I asked it before, but again, you know, because you know, there is always this fear, and we have seen, at least coming out of the COVID experience and the wet farms, well, the wet market out there, and the claims that, you know, things could transfer from animal to humans, but it's not the scenario with this particular case.
Our division is big on animal health supporting human health, so we are not going to put anything out there that will risk human health. So it's very important for us. We are considering or trying to safeguard farmer livelihood, but we are not going to put any of the general public at risk.
I love that. And clearly under the ministry, you know, you're doing a media blitz, bringing this information to us, so that's a great look, great step. What other plans are afoot? What is happening, and what support is there to the impacted pig farmers?
So what we're doing right now is what we call our emergency protocol, and that involves testing and surveillance on farms, quarantine where necessary on farms. We are also doing collaboration with international agencies, because there are some countries who have already had PRRS, well, we call it PRRS, and have eradicated it. So we are in discussions and collaborations with them for how to manage the disease, how to detect the disease, how to continue to protect farmers, how to protect farmer livelihoods. We just actually recently had a farmers forum with our Honourable Minister, Mr. Ravi Rathiram, and the Member of Parliament, Honourable Minister Philip Watts, for Talparo-Lakota, because this disease outbreak is centered within his district, within Wallerfield. We had that yesterday, and that was a farmer outreach. So we're also doing that, farmer outreach, where we discuss with farmers what the disease is, what to look for, what we are doing, and how we are going to work with you to eradicate this disease.
Doc, how would that even reach here in the first place? How would that reach on the shores?
We honestly have no idea, but another thing I would want to encourage farmers to do, when you are purchasing stock, purchase from a reputable source. When I say reputable source, we know that that person has not sourced those animals from illegal smuggling activity, because there's a lot of movement from the mainland into Trinidad. We're not sure that that is how it happened, but you may get something extra for the deal, because those animals are often a lot cheaper than the ones sourced locally. So all in all, make sure that you are not sourcing animals irresponsibly through the illegal route. You know,
it's so heartbreaking to know that is still being done in this modern time. And again, you know, we're talking here all kind of exotic animals. I'm watching, you saw what's happening in Pakistan, people mining lion. You saw that? And lion escape and kill a lady and two children the other day.
Oh gosh, no.
Yes, and they actually cracked down yesterday. They had to come and rescue these lions. And I mean, I'm saying, it's not only even a Trinidad and Tobago thing. For some reason, people just want to have, like, I guess, these exotic animals, but you can't handle it. You know, so that's something that I guess hopefully next time we could have a deeper conversation on that. But as we wrap things up, what advice, as we wrap things up, you want to give to the public concerning this issue? And if there are any questions, people want some answers for how could they probably get in touch with yourself and other personalities there in the ministry?
Well, firstly, I want to talk to our farmers. Please, if you see any clinical signs of disease, any illness that you're concerned about, contact either your district office or contact us through the hotline 280-7945, as well as practice what we call good biosecurity. If people are not required to be on your farm, don't allow them on your farm. Visitors could come and park outside, but if there are people who have to come in, we have something called a foot bath, which will have disinfectant. You have a wheel bath for vehicles. If a vehicle has to transport animals, sanitize the vehicles, disinfect the vehicles, because every time a vehicle moves animals, there's a potential for transmitting the disease. And if you need to contact us, you can also contact us through your district or county veterinary office. You can also go to our website. You will get contact information there.
You know, we have some time, Dr. Wharwood, and I want to probably take the conversation away from today's talking point to more motivation and a personal journey for yourself, where so many young people now on vacation, they're looking on, they love animals, they love to be around animals. Walk us through, and at least for those looking on, how do they start the journey to get into your line of work? What did you do to get the ball rolling, and what advice you say to youngsters who want to follow in your footsteps?
What I would say is start small. Start in your area. There must be a veterinary practice. And veterinarians, we love what we do. And if you get a chance to work with a veterinarian, spend mornings with them. Help to feed the animals, because there's a love for animals, and then when you have to work with them, you may realize it may be something different. So understand what is happening at the back end and at the front end. So yeah, work with a vet. We have farms, which we call stations, where they allow schools to come in and do tours. And again, you get an idea of the different types of production, where you can have pigs, you can have sheep, you can have goats. Get experience working with farms or farm animals. My personal journey, I joke and I say, I prefer animals to people.
Well, I hear many say that same
But
thing.
I always had an interest in medicine.
Yeah.
And I get to work with animals and do medicine at the same time. So that was my particular journey. But as I said, start within your area, because mommy and daddy may not want to be driving you far. So look at what is happening in your area with respect to animals and farms. And as I said, we love to encourage new minds. So talk to us.
That particular profession you're in, that's a calling. That's something that's, that's a calling. That's a vocation. And there must be that passion, that love for animals. And as you rightfully said, there's lots of work on the back end and front end, but nonetheless, I could only imagine the joy when you're able to bring that sense of relief, or in this case, bring awareness to something that's impacting our farmers. So, Dr. Wharwood, keep up the great work. Let's keep in touch.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really a nice conversation. Let's take the pause. We come back, we wrap things up closer to 8 o'clock, so stand by. We'll touch base after the break.